Good day, folks. Thumbs up to the strong coming to you on a Sunday. It's 2 weeks after TwinRivers and TwinRivers Strength Fest in Kamloops, and what a show it was. I'm just gonna give a brief rundown of the podium finishers and some of the thumbs up of the last couple weeks, and just some mentions of highlights and lowlights and just all the good stuff. It was a great show. And anyways, it all started with the teens and the women. I'm just gonna give out some shout out to the winners. And Kennedy Clancy was the teen winner, first place winner. In under 64, we had Jessie Kennedy, who having spoken to her, she said she didn't have a whole lot of time to train for this show, but she put on a show and she brought it. And I think she got a PR in her deadlift. So the training that she's doing is helping. So anyways, kudos to you, Kennedy. Jocelyn Clancy, another Clancy, the Clancy family stronghold in BC. We had Kennedy Charette. She came third, and these are under 64. The novice heavyweight woman, we had Marissa Gerard. In second place, we had Shania Taves. And in third, we had Sandra Passman. Now, what's the highlight with this is Shania Taves. I think she hurt herself, but here she was walking around just like, I think she heard something about her ankle or something, but was able to fight through it and just keep at it. So way to go, Shania Taves. Masters 50 plus, we had Michelle Petrie, her first year. I think last year she was novice. She came first. Kimberly Marriott, second place, and then we had third place to the Sylvia Stockel. We all know she's probably our oldest competitor on the weekend of that competition. Masters 40 plus, we had Courtney Johnson. I had a special just athletes time. We were able to chat a little bit at the restaurant to get together, and what an amazing athlete, amazing person, and just she's done so much for the sport in not a very long time, but just a super beast of an athlete. In second place, we had Chelsea Van Basu. So that rounds out the Masters for the women. Under 73, we had Tatum McCallum. And in second place, Bradine McGregor. And in third place, Elena McCullough. Now, she is recovering from an injury last year, and she just come on and she came like a storm. And there were like 7 athletes in this under 73, so it wasn't an easy division, but just strong, just the performances from all these athletes. Like the ones that I mentioned in under 73, I don't really know them that well, but they were just incredible. We have incredible strong women in BC and in Canada, but it's just some of the PRs tackled, and some of the performances were just incredible. And we had in the open woman, we had Michelle Moret, and in second place we had Ashley Gordon, and in third place we had Laura Lange. Michelle Moret, I've spoken to her, I've watched her a fair bit, and she's just a go-getter. So every competition that she goes, you just better be prepared that she's hitting for first place or the podium for sure. So grateful for you, all incredible athletes. And then the men, we had teens. Luke Fawcett came first. I think I saw him last year at TwinRivers Strength Fest. He's got a bright future ahead of him for sure, and just a happy-go-lucky attitude. I was lucky enough to talk to him, and just before I did my duck walk, and I was joking that I had to kick in my Luke Fawcett grin and just go get after it or something along those lines, and easy to smile. Anyways, he finished first. Paul Sabatino was second. We had an adaptive athlete this year, Warren Ray. So this is the first time, I think, in TwinRivers Strength Fest that we were able to have an adaptive athlete, and just incredible athlete. Warren Ray with the Canadian Armed Forces was just leaving it all out there, and incredible. I got to chat with him a little bit, and great strongman. We are lucky to have him. Way to go, Warren. Novice lightweight, we had Tim Johnson. Second place, we had Tyson Bennett. And in third place, we had Sean Tomlin. And now I got to meet Sean Tomlin because I think he qualifies for Masters, but I think he's just working his way up the rank, and he's a beast. Whenever he decides to go into the Masters, we're all going to be grateful to have him around. Great person too. I got to meet him. Great character. So those are the top three. Under 90 kgs, we had Liam Grant, and Liam Grant I've noticed for the last couple of years now, and he's just making strides, just making his way up. And then second place, Clint Gamble, and this guy also is quite a beast. These two athletes are just incredible 90 kg athletes. Anyways, look out for them in the future. I'm suspecting that they might be at Provincials, and if that's the case, it's going to be a good show with 90 kgs. Masters 40 plus, we had the all great Stephen Hall. He's our champ. Just so much I can say about him. Great human, great person, and great strongman. He's just great overall, strong overall. Second place, Jason Clancy again, another Clancy, which solidifies the strongest family in BC for strongman and woman. So way to go, Jason and Kennedy and Jocelyn. In third place, Ken Bates. I call him a veteran because he seems like I've seen him competing for quite a few years now, and he does really well. Ken Bates, we were able to share wisecracks and just joke around, and he was in the 40 plus, I was in the 50 plus, but I think we're probably well matched in terms of where we're at. I'm giving him the nod. Maybe he's got a couple more experience than I do, but it was cool to be able to compete alongside of him. Masters 50 plus, we had Stephen Passman, and we all know who he is. He's been making his mark in the last couple of years. And Jan Pastrasek, Jan Pastrasek, I hope I'm saying your name. I got to meet you, and it was great. You got an accent, and I've got a French accent, but it's not as strong as yours. But it was great to compete with you, so that was pretty awesome. Under 105, we had Kyle Evanoff, and second place, Dustin Atty, and third place, Rudy Braun. Now that was quite a class itself. There was quite a few athletes, but watching Kyle Evanoff's Instagram post a couple weeks ago, and something about his daughter saying that she wanted him to bring the shield home. So Daddy says I got to do with my daughter, and I get that. I get that as a parent. You want to fulfill that promise. So anyways, Kyle, you just laid it all out. All the top three athletes were really on point and doing a great job that day. Masters 40 plus heavyweights. Of course, we have the Chris Grasnitz, who's just laying it all out and just doing his best, and there's not many people that are able to get in his way. Second place, we had James Newton, and third place, we had David Prinz. Now, some of these athletes I don't really know, but some of them I do. Like I do know Chris, and but just phenomenal performances from all of these athletes. The fact that you were stepping there and just coming in and doing the best as you could, it was great. I felt like this show was probably the best show I have ever been to, like how it was organized and how things went. I was just grateful to be surrounded by such great, strong athletes from all kinds. Under 120, we had Jake Birkeland. Second place, we had Clinton Russ. And third place, we had Brendan Berry. Jake Birkeland, I think, is making his track. I think this is his second competition or third competition since he's come back from an injury. And we are so grateful to have you back, Jake. And of course, of those who know are following the BC Provincials and the TwinRivers Strength Fest, I think Jake was he was the one who was showing us what we were going to have to do in this show, and the duck walk was the one that really kind of got a lot of chuckles and laughter going. But it was great. In the open men, we had 10 athletes. And what a show it was. First place, Alex Lawrence. Second place, Kyle Francotti. And third place, Colton McDonald. Now these three athletes are just quite phenomenal. Excuse me. So these, I think Kyle and Alex were pretty close. I think Colton was giving them a run for their money, but at the end of the day, Alex Lawrence was able to pull it out, and just great to see some of these athletes pulling what they were doing. Is it Tom Gunson? I think I might miss a heavier deadlift, but I'm quite fascinated how he was able to do 750. It's just some of the things that stood out. There's a few, quite a few events that just went incredibly crazy for some of these athletes, and they had their moments, and just grateful. In this open man, there were lots of people that were just like laying it all out. And then we have the under 90 Pro-Am, which, Nicholas Crisafi, French guy. I got to meet him, got to talk to him. He was quite a guy, and he's a professional. You can tell he just knows what he has to do to get it. And again, he did a 750 deadlift. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there was a heavier deadlift than 750, possibly. But Nicholas, being 200 pounds, doing a 750 pound deadlift, that's insane. That's crazy. Tyson DeLay coming in second. That's just like he was right there. And all of these competition, all of these events, like seconds would determine second and third place, or just make the difference between second and third. And then we have Christian Candemir, or international athlete, first time, United States. We got to meet him. I got to talk to him, and just was talking to him. He says a lot of his events, a lot of the feats that he did, they were PRs. So he said it was one of the greater competitions that he's been to. So just grateful for Christian Candemir, and of course Robin Killeran. I don't think he had the weekend he wanted to, but right off the bat on the Viking press, he was right there. I think he got first place. And you can't count out Carlos Monsalve. I think he was at this competition in this Pro-Am last year. And I think he was quite improved from last year. And just guys who just laid it all out. Like I said, just little seconds and just like one rep could change the format and the change of the placings. So I was just thinking about the standouts, things that stand out, and things I've got to talk to a lot of people. I got to see a lot of people, and like I said, I tried to take it in as much as I could, and I tried to do the best that I could as well. And some of the things that just blew my mind is like Shania Taves. She hurt her ankle, yet she was walking around, and after the fact we hear that she's on crutches, but here she was competing the whole weekend. So thumbs up to you, Shania, for just fighting through it all. I guess sometimes we don't know what kind of injuries we have, but you just kept through it, and you were able to get a second place finish. Ken Bates, first time I actually got to meet him. He was a great athlete, and he had a close call with the keg, and but talking to him, he just got up, dusting himself off, and no broken bones or anything like that. And he had a good attitude. He was like, well, it's like I'm not gonna go home. I'm just gonna give it all I got and see where it gets me. And that seems to be the attitude of a strongman. Like the strongman philosophy. Like if little things that happen sometimes we persevere through, and I'm just giving a shout out and a thumbs up to those who were able to do that. Tiffany Clark, we're hearing that she had a broken toe. That's just blows my mind. And just fighting through it all, and she wasn't able to place, but I think she's right there. She's just a go-getter. And she, for that, at the end, she received the most determination award, and that's exactly on point. What the adversity makes people do and fight through is just incredible. So it's like, that's not easy to be able to go through that, to go through a competition with a broken toe. Like, I don't know I don't know who can do that, but Tiffany, you did it, so a thumbs up to you. So that was just incredible to have that. I just want to give some shout outs and the people that need to be mentioned. And Jeremy Phelps, thanks to you for all you do. Like, is just bringing in over like 200 athletes is what I'm hearing that took part in powerlifting, arm wrestling, strongman. I was grateful for a small exchange at the banquet at the night thing that shows. And, you know, like these shows, they take volunteers, sponsors. It takes a lot of work, patience, preparation, and setbacks. And there was something with the keg just partly through the competition, and you were able to make a change in the rules like really quick. You did not hesitate, and it's just, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for you, Jeremy, to just do that. So these shows, it's the connection that brings the communities and the opportunities together for building for, you know, the people to get better themselves. It's such a great place for any kind of people of all ages. You know, like I said, adaptive. We had international athletes, we had teens, we had women, we had men. We had Sylvia Stockel, who was like in her 60s. I'm 60. I wasn't 60. I was 59 then, but I feel like there was just so much fun. You know, Jeremy, you were talking about some of the surprises with the arm wrestling. You know, like you had a certain number and of people that you thought would come, and you know they would just sort of help you, but you exceeded some of the numbers in coming. So what I heard from you is just incredible. It's like the money that you did make from it, you would just throw right back into the sport, buy more equipment so you could, you know, be better prepared for upcoming future shows. And that's just, we can't disregard that. We are grateful for you for being able to do that. And again, I thank you for reaching out to Gaetan for the MC. So there's just, you know, as a parent and as an athlete, I thought it was great. And it's always great to hear my competitions, and I hear my son, you know, tell me ready, set, go. So anyways, hearing Tyson DeLay too, speaking about BC being one of the most, having one of the most strongman athletes, and it's like on the rise, like the popularity of the sport is just getting better and better. So to hear that is just incredible and awesome. Hey, we also managed the road trip for 3 podium finishers, including myself. But it was kind of funny because Gaetan was saying something about, it's like, do you think we'd have room for Liam Grant, under 90 kgs athlete? Sure. Yeah, we could probably make that work from Kamloops to Vancouver. And as the day wore on in the afternoon, it's like, my wife comes to me, she goes, we might have a second athlete. It's like, okay, well, as long as we can fit everything in. And as it goes, we were able to fit everybody in. And so from Kamloops to Vancouver, we had a good trip. We made sure we tried to stop at all the Tim Hortons, the Dairy Queen. You wanted to try Dairy Queen in Canada, see how it tastes, and he was able to pinpoint some of the differences in tastes and things that he was tasting in Canada that was different to back home. A&W, he was talking to us about a lot of the snacks that he bought that he doesn't have back home, and he spoke about the Husafeld stone that he was able to train and do. So with Liam Grant, he's just been in the sport for a short couple of years. Spoke about how he got into the sport, and just it was grateful to hear. Like it seems like Liam Grant he's making his way up the sport, and it was an experience, and I enjoyed it. I was grateful for it. So yeah, like I wanted to say before, it's like this show was the first time having an international athlete at the TwinRivers, as far as I know. Like I'm not sure about other shows. I don't think we've had any. I could be wrong, but it was kind of cool. Having an adaptive athlete, Warren Ray. I think I've seen him, I think at the Caribous. He did one show, and it was kind of nice to have him at a show. Now, like he competed at TwinRivers Strength Fest, and that was the first time for TwinRivers. I'm pretty sure that they had a adaptive athlete. Now, I want to speak of the 3 thumbs up of the last couple weeks that just people that stood out for what they've done, and it's just like, I know I'm missing out on some great feats. You know, when I got Nicholas with the 750-pound deadlift, that's incredible. But the three that I'll mention is Chris Grasnitz. I've talked to him a little bit. I don't know him that well, but here he was. There's a guy that I think it was on his first meet, and he was teaching him about the sandbag. And here Chris was like, Camille, if you want some tips. And I was asking him tips, and he was giving me all kinds of tips right and left. I noticed at one point in time, I think he knows Robin Killoran and Tiffany Clark. Tiffany Clark had a rough outing in one of her events, and here was Chris Grasnitz just consoling her, just like taking time out. I'm just pointing out some of the good heartfelt gestures that come from these strong athletes. Sometimes we might look like we're just like crazy and animal, but we got big hearts. And Chris, you got a big heart, and I mean, you're a beast of a heart, and we are grateful to have you. We're lucky to have you in our sport. And of course, Tiffany Clark competing with a broken toe. I didn't know that she had a broken toe, so that's quite incredible. It shows incredible resiliency for you to fight through the weekend, and it looked like you were right there. Like, it didn't look to me like you had a broken toe, but like after the events, when I saw you hobbling around, it looked like you could tell, like, you know, you're going through something. And for the most part, I think we all go through something, but you know, like, we fight the best we can through it. So we are grateful for you, Tiffany. Just keep up the fight, and if it works out, hopefully you can make provincials, and we are giving you props. And the last one, I want to give a props out to Gaetan Plant, my son. He was reached out as to be a MC and helper, and I appreciated him. As a parent, was I nervous for him? Absolutely. But he wanted to do this, and you know what? He did not disappoint. He did a great job. I'm proud of him for doing that. And you know, like, I was able to ask him questions even during the show, and he was able to give me some feedback, quick feedback and tidbits. So that was great too. What's next? Provincials are next, August 15th at Seven Oaks Shopping Center in Vancouver. As far as I know, 74 athletes are registered. This is where people try to push their way to nationals, and some athletes, this is where it possibly ends because they just want to get stronger, and you know, restrictions about time to make it out back east. But I'm grateful I will be at Provincials. I'm on schedule. I'm feeling better because it's 4 weeks from Kamloops to Vancouver. And anyways, I'm excited. I'm pushing. If anyone knows of someone who would want to sponsor this great event, the Provincials, reach out to Shane Bagney, and you can probably reach him on Instagram, or you can reach out to BC Strongman Corp. And other than that, folks, this is probably going to be it. And the next time I speak to you, it'll probably be maybe a week before. And I have been speaking to some folks on how to do one-on-one. I've been struggling to organize myself to figure that out. But it will come, and some people have offered to help me out to make it work. So until then, have a great week, folks. Just keep fighting, keep working out, build up your strength for Provincials. That's what I'm doing. I'm excited. I am jacked for this show. I want to bring my best, and I'm hoping that you're doing as well. Have a good day, folks. Thumbs up.